can't believe. Oh, I can't believe YouTube keep cutting me off. Oh, I don't have time for it. Anyway, I got this new blush from the Dollar Tree. I'm just gonna test it out. That's the color of it. I don't know why I thought it smelled like something. It doesn't smell like anything. But I'm gonna be using that. Oh, it's a nice. I like that. So I'm gonna be using that as my blush. I don't know why YouTube be playing games with me when I'm trying to build my community up. Soon as I start talking about man, it start acting stupid. Ooh. You would do that for 2,000? Not do that for $2,000. I need more hot water. Hold on. Whew. Oh. Wait a second. I forgot the music on. Oh, shoot. Oh, my foot. All right. YouTube trying to keep me down. Trying to keep me down. Keep me from prosperity. I got my hot tea. I mean, not tea. Hot water. I drink hot water every night. At least two cups of hot water. 90 hours. Is that a lot? Do you want them? Somebody said yes. So, I mean, what are you willing to do to get the $2,000? You know what I mean? Are you willing to sit there and watch 90 hours of somebody eating pig feet? Oh, you said yes? That's what I'm talking about. Say yes. It's an easy $2,000. All I gotta do is just sit there and watch people eat pounds and pounds of pig feet, which may give you nightmares for the rest of your life. Who knows? You rather watch people eat it and eat it yourself? I know that's right, because I can't eat it. I can't eat gristle. I don't know how people do it. People love it. It's like people that like pork belly and all that. I can't eat that. I don't like fat. I don't like, even though I am fat, as a fat person, I don't want to eat fat. You know what I mean? I don't want to eat that's why I understand how people can eat people. Because, you know, we have a lot of gristle. A lot of fat. So why in the world, how in the hell could you eat that? That's disgusting. You need somebody to talk to about your snow bunny Addiction. What the hell you addicted to snow bunny? What kind of snow bunny you talking about? If you got an addiction, you need to address it head on and tell yourself, you got a problem. The first step is admitting you have an issue, and the second step is going to seek help from a professional. Now I don't know who you would talk about about your snow bunny addiction, but maybe you need to go talk to somebody at a strip club or something. I don't know. I don't know who you need to talk to. You have an obsession with blonde. Yeah, you need to go talk to somebody at a strip club or something. You know what I mean? Talk to somebody at a strip club and help you sort out your problems or something like that. Now, I don't take my advice, but take my advice. You know what I mean? Go talk to somebody down at Magic City or something to help you sort out your issues. And, you may have to pay some money to have them talk to you. So be prepared for that. Take a couple bands with you when you go talk to somebody at the Magic City strip club. Oh, the black girls are the best. Ain't nothing wrong with a little blonde. I guess. I don't know. Depends on your level of tolerance. I guess. I don't know. Black women are great. But we black women are for mature adults. If you're not mature, ain't no use in you talking to a black woman, because you already know black women are direct and they gonna tell you what they don't like. Have you ever worked at Magic City? No, I ain't never worked at Magic City. I don't know nothing about it. I'm not stripper material because I'm too tired to be climbing up on a pole. I'm too tired to be climbing on no pole and walking around with half clothes on and all this I don't have the energy for that. Shout out to all the strippers that have the energy to climb on the pole and shake it. I've been to a strip club. And I've been to a men's talent, men's review. I've been to a men's review, and that was crazy. I've been to a bachelorette party, and they had a stripper, and that was off the chain. That was too real for me. That was the most realest experience I had ever seen in my life. I have never seen a stripper get that naked like that in my entire life at a bachelorette party. But I've been to the strip club before. Cause my cousin, she wanted to work there. She wanted to work there, so we all took her there to see if she really wanted to do the job. By the time we left, she said, that ain't for me. By the time we left, she said, I don't think so. I don't want to do that at all. She changed her mind real quick. After she seen them women climb up on that pole, slam down, all the men thirsty, tongues out, trying to grab the women on the stage and all that. After she seen that, she said, oh no, I cannot do that. Okay? Have you always been a direct? Yes, I'm a direct and blunt person. In certain situations, I am a person who is also somewhat passive aggressive, because to me it's not, some things are not worth arguing or fighting about. If I deem it not important, I'm not going to fight over it and all this kind of stuff. So I'm definitely a person that I can be direct and blunt, but it depends on if it's something that needs where I need to let you know where I stand. You know what I mean? But other than that, if it's something mediocre or something that doesn't mean that much to me, I let it go. I have no problem being the bigger person, and I also have no problem being a direct person and telling you to fuck off. You know what I mean? I can definitely do that. I can definitely tell you where I stand. You should do stand up. Stand up. People tell me that all the time. I have been telling people telling me I'm not funny at all. I'm not a funny person. Uh, mm-hmm. I'm not a funny person. I'm just a regular person going out here telling real life experiences. Stuff that happened to me on a regular basis all the time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's what I be talking about. I just be talking about my regular stuff, my regular life, and everything like that. I've had a lot of things happen to me that are just unfortunate events in life, and I've been able to rise above them. Like when I went to the gas station one time, this was years ago. I went to the gas station. I stepped out the car and I'm pumping my gas and realized my skirt is all the way down on the ground. And thank God I was raised in a family of women who wore slips and stuff. So I had a slip on underneath the skirt, and the skirt, so when the skirt went all the way down to the ground, at least I had the slip on. You know what I mean? But these women nowadays, these women, they ain't got no slip on. I've been seeing a lot of videos lately of women out here fighting their ass off, fighting on Instagram, fighting in the no bra, no drawers on. Why are you fighting with no drawers on? What was you trying to do later on that night that you ain't got no underwear on? This is a PSA to those women out there who love to tussle and fight and get Rambo out there in the club and the streets and all this kind of stuff over nothing. Put you some drawers on before you go out that night. I don't know what you was planning on doing after the club, but you ended up in a fight, and now you all over Instagram and the internet with no drawers on, and you ain't got no bra on. Your biddies are just flying all over the place and all that. And that brings me to another topic. A lot of y'all women out there, y'all stuff is sagging, and so when you fighting, all that stuff is like a pancake, just going back and forth. You know what I mean? You know how them things stand out as advertisement, in front of these stores and stuff, and that thing go like this. That's what the women and they boobs is doing when they are fighting. It's embarrassing. Put you a bra on. Train your breasts to lift up. You know what I mean? You gotta massage your boobs to the highest level to get them to lift up. Do a boob massage to get them to stay up. If you forget about your boobs, every day, they forget about you. If you forget about your boobs will forget about you, and they will just be flapping in the wind. If you don't want that, if you don't want your stuff flapping, like this, side to side, you have to do massages. You have to, go like this, get them firming up. That's my worst fear. It's flapjack boobies. I don't want flapjack boobies. I don't want that. I have no desire for that. If you got that and you love it, then fine. But I don't want that for myself. And when you see somebody fighting and they got that going on, it's like, damn, that's fucked up. You all over the internet, boobs flying, your ass out, your skirt is too short. Why are you fighting in an outfit that look like it's meant for a child? You know what I mean? Your skirt should not be that damn short where you fighting, all you see is ass. You know what I mean? Do better. Do better. A lot of y'all got videos out here, and people are sharing the videos of you fighting for your life, your wig getting torn off. Use good wig glue. Use the best wig glue before you go out on that night, especially if you know you a fighter. If you know you a woman that always get into some shit all the time when you go out, and matter of fact, the friends of that woman, don't hang out with her. Don't hang out with her. Stop hanging out with that woman. She thinks it's cool to get in a fight every time y'all go out. Stop hanging with her. Stop hanging with her. But for this woman that's constantly getting in a fight and getting your ass whooped, because you got to get your butt whooped if your wig coming off. Use the best wig glue known to man. There's a lady on Instagram. Matter of fact, her name is Touched by Misty. Touched by Misty. I suggest you go over there and you talk to her about getting some wig glue so when you are tussling in those streets and them big women are throwing you around like a rag doll, that wig stays on. You need some of that Touched by Misty wig glue and put you need to put about 10 layers of that glue on your head so that your wig will stay on when somebody is grabbing you by the head and dragging you through the streets. Don't get caught out here on Instagram. You know, they used to have a TV show, not TV show, a video thing called, what did they call that shit? Oh, what did they call that? That video, those crazy videos everybody used to post on the internet. What did they call that? What did they call that? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. But there used to be a whole video thing. What do you drink? It's hot water. Hot water. What did they used to call that thing? What? Somebody remember what they used to call them videos? America's Fun. No, it wasn't America's Funniest Videos. It was the ghetto version of America's Funniest Videos. What was it called? It was called. Oh, that's going to mess with me. World Star. World Star videos. You know what I mean? That's what they used to be. They all that crazy fighting and stuff used to be on World Star videos and stuff. Aren't we moving past that, you guys? I thought we had moved past all the fighting videos and stuff like that. But if you're going to fight, have drawers on. Clean underwear. Put clean underwear before you go out to these clubs and you're going to be fighting and all this kind of stuff. Put clean underwear on. Don't have dirty drawers on and trying to fight. Because they're going to talk about you losing the fight and they're going to talk about your dirty underwear also. So always have clean drawers on. You know what I mean? And your wig glued down, you know. And if your wig come off, make sure your hair is you have hair braided underneath. You know, make sure your cornrows is long and nice. Matter of fact, get you some fake cornrows in your head so when they snatch your wig off, they can see that you got long hair and that your hair ain't 2 inches. Yeah, that's crazy, man, Max. That's crazy. I've seen the fights. They are ridiculous. It's getting nasty out there. So if you out there fighting, be better. Be better and stop fighting in the streets with no drawers and no bras on. That is disgusting. You know what I mean? And men, I'm not gonna keep y'all from this shame either. Put some underwear on. If you a man out there, you know you get drunk and you be wanting to fight, put your drawers on too. Y'all be at the bar, just booty crack, just hanging out and all that kind of stuff. Don't do that to yourself because you're going to be on video and I'm going to be sitting at home watching you on video with your booty crack out and all this, trying to fight somebody and you over there just drunk as all get out. You drink for pleasure, not to be a toxic menace. You know what I mean? Drinking is something that is just, you know, to relax you a little bit. It ain't to take control over your mind and body. And if you don't know how to handle liquor, you should not be drinking at all. It's not meant for you to get pissy drunk where you can't function and you want to fight everybody and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But if you're a person who ends up in a lot of fights and you haven't even drank anything, you ain't drank no liquor, you ain't did no drugs or nothing, you need to go to therapy. You need to seek out a therapy, get you some better help somewhere, get you a therapist in your life because something is terribly wrong. If every time you go outside, you in a fight, a scuffle, in an argument and all this kind of stuff, you got to go get that under control because pretty soon ain't nobody going to want to hang out with you. You going to be calling, hey girl, you want to hang out? Oh girl, not tonight. Not what you did last weekend. Last weekend, you ain't had no drawers and no bra on, and you over here fighting. I'm watching you on World Star right now. Yeah, so, people ain't going to want to hang out with you if you are toxic and argumentative and fighting all the time everywhere you go. And because that's embarrassing. That's too embarrassing. And you ain't going to, you only going to embarrass me once, and then I'll never speak to you again. I'm done. I'm out. Don't call me. I might block you too. I don't care how long we've been friends. Oh, I've been trying to contact you. Oh, you have? Yeah, you ain't gonna get through, girl. Cause I'm not going hanging out with you and you fighting everybody at the damn club. Can I call you? What you gonna call me for? You gonna help? You gonna pay a bill? If you want to call me to help me pay a bill, let me know. Then you can call me. But you got to help pay a bill or something like that. I don't do no phone calls just to be no phone calls. We will have a convo to pay a bill. Oh, let me see. Well, I'm glad you asked. This is what I like. Somebody that's direct. Let's see. What bill is due? Let me look at my budget real quick. Let's see. What bill can you pay? All right. I have Apple Music. That is $20. I have I have a utility bill that is $300. So if you want to help pay the utility bill and the Apple bill, let me know. And we can have a convo about that. And yeah, who smoke weed? Who smoke weed? You a loner, you need to spend your money. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, finally, I hit the jackpot. Yes, Lord, thank you so much for bringing me a man that got some money. Okay, now, make it for... I know it. Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry. Oh, my God. Yes, Lord. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's all I want is my bills paid. Yeah, don't be lying to me either. That's what I'm talking about. I need my bills paid, you know what I mean? I just need my light bill paid. It's $300. It's nothing crazy. Actually, it's $387. Nothing crazy. And then I got the Apple Music bills. That's it. If you want to go to a higher tier and pay the rent, that's on you. That's on you. That's on you. That's on you. If you decide you want to pay the rent, that's on you. You know what I mean? That's on you. Don't feel obligated at all. That's on you though. But yes, yeah. See, if y'all just start talking women's language, you can get so much further. You know what I mean? You get so much further if you just start talking women's language. Just pay the bill. I don't care what bill it is. Just pay the bill. Oh, you moving in. Oh, no. So don't worry about the rent. Don't worry about the rent because you can't move in. But you can pay the utility bill. That is $387. Okay, you can pay the utility bill, but you can't move in. I don't need all. I don't need no. I don't need our feet rubbing together in the bed. I don't need that. You know what I mean? You know, I don't need all that. All right. So yeah. But if you want to pay the bill, just let me know. That's what I've been looking for all my life. That's what I've been looking for all my life. I said, God, if you just give me a man that can pay my bills, Lord Jesus. If I get a man that just pay my bills, I be so happy. Look at the joy that has come to my face. You know what I mean? I have joy right now in my spirit, you know, just from somebody. And then I can spend more money on me. You know what I mean? If somebody could take the load off, you know, rip the utility bills out of my hands like Jesus, you know, just rip it out of my hands. I can concentrate on myself. I can buy me some new hair, some new clothes. I can do, you know, other stuff, you know, cater to myself, you know, make myself feel good. You know what I mean? That's what Uncle Sam would pay your bill. When the hell has Uncle Sam paid the bills? What land you living on? You on another planet. But we are talking about, okay? We are talking about paying bills here. All right. I've been manifesting. You know, I've been manifesting in my you know, here. You know, I got my little budget here and all that. Oh. I got my little budget here and stuff. And I've been manifesting in my notes and all that for a man to pay my bills. I've been writing that down. And I also told God, I said, God, you know what? If you're not going to give me somebody that can pay my bills and love me properly, then make me a wealthy woman. You know what I mean? And I'm not wealthy at all. Far from it. I ain't nowhere near that yet. But over the years, I have gotten better and better at my job, and I have obtained more income over the years just from telling myself that years and years ago. So if I don't get nobody, then I guess I'm just gonna be wealthy, and that's gonna be the end of that. If someone gave me 20K, what would I do? Oh, that's a good question. If I had 20K, first of all, I would pay off any debt that I have. Any debt I have, I would pay that off. Then I would take some of the money and I would invest it. I would invest it into several different funds. I would do some of that. I would do investments. I'll also put some in savings. I would also do a charitable donation also because I love to help people. You know, I like to do that. I would do a charitable donation. And what else would I do? I would probably just mostly just reinvest the money into something. And maybe help with a business or invest in somebody else's business or something like that on the side or something like that, or start my own business and make some more money off of that money. That's what I probably would do. So I would do like 3 or 4 things. Do investments, savings, charity, investing, saving, charity, invest in my own business and that kind of stuff. I would do that. She works at Amazon fulfillment. I ain't never. Do I look like somebody that can work at Amazon? I wouldn't last at Amazon for 2 hours. I can't work at Amazon. First of all, I gotta go to the bathroom, and Amazon don't let you pee. Them people got hold they pee all day. I can't be doing that. You know what I mean? I can't be holding my urine all day long, so I can't work at Amazon. I can't do that. So Amazon ain't never a job that I'm desiring to work at. Now I can't never say never because you never know what happens in life, and you may need a job here and there. But that would not be my first choice for sure. I'd rather go work at a clothing store or something like that than or go work at a car wash or something than work at Amazon. I don't want to work that hard like that. I'd rather work two peaceful part-time jobs that equal a full-time job than work at a hellish place like Amazon every day. That don't seem like that's fun. Sorry. I know people may probably make good money there, but I can't see it. I heard too many things. You can't go to the bathroom. You can't take a day off. You got points against you all the time. Who wanna live? Who wanna work under those conditions? Not me. I work at a flower shop and a bakery. Two part time equal one. Yeah, there you go. Union job. I go work at Chrysler before I go work at Amazon. I'd rather work at Chrysler, Costco, or something like that. Those are probably better, mentally better jobs. You know what I mean? You gotta worry about your mental health, and I don't want to be, feeling like a slave at a job. I don't want to feel like that. They are too hard on their employees. Ain't nobody got time for that. You want peace. You want to go home with at least a piece of feeling good about what you did for the day, not feeling drained and overworked and overwhelmed and hating your job. Hey, Jason, how you doing? You don't want that. So it's better to work two part-time things that you like and deal with that versus dealing with hell. I don't want to work in hell. It must be stressful. My job is slightly stressful, but not like overwhelming in a way. It's only stressful during tax season. During tax season, it's a little bit stressed because you got to make sure everything is right and stuff like that. So it's stressful on that end. But it's it's not stressful during the rest of the year, only during tax season. It's an easy job. Easy job. Who says that's an easy job? Who told you that? Who told you that? You worked at Amazon before? Cause what I hear, people hate that job. I've seen and heard so many stories about that place. You can't pee, you can't take a break, get points, you get fired. So I don't know. Sound like Walmart. I think that's probably a stressful job too. Who want to do that either? I mean, you do what you got to do, but yeah, I don't know. You work at Amazon now? How's that working? And you say it's an easy job? I don't know about that. What do you do at Amazon? Are you doing picking and all that? Well, right now, I think y'all got a lot of robots and stuff. Y'all got robots doing some of the work. So maybe it is a little bit easier. I don't know. From what I see, y'all got robots doing stuff. So that may have taken some of the pressure off. You was a truck driver? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, truck driving is a complex. I think it's an easy job. The problem is getting assignments to do, getting jobs to do. You have so much freedom. Well, you must be at one of the few places that got a decent area. From what I hear, is hell. So I don't know, but that's good. That's good that you work at a nice place. That's great. That's good to hear. Maybe things have changed. I don't know. Maybe things are changing. From what I see, I've seen robots and all this kind of stuff, so I don't know. But being a truck driver, that can't be. That seemed like being a truck driver is probably not good on your health too, because you sitting a lot in a truck like that. You drove the trailer to the other yards and to the airport. Oh, okay. Yeah, being a truck driver probably not easy either, cause that's a hard on your body type of job. Cause sometimes you go places, and from what I understand, you go different places. You may have to unload that trailer yourself. And who want to do that? Who want to unload when you get somewhere and the guys don't want to unload the stuff? That I don't know how y'all deal with that kind of stuff. And then you got to unload, and then you got to wait to find the next assignment and all this kind of stuff. You got to sit until another decent paying assignment come along and all that. Mm. Mm-hmm. So, would you be a union rep? Oh, yeah, I need to be a union rep. Make me a union rep so I can represent the truckers out there. You pick, stow, I don't know. You do everything. I hope you getting paid good. I mean, as long as you getting paid what you work with, what you doing, that's great. Long as you are earning the top earner for all the things that you do, you know, don't let them use you like that. And you're not getting paid good. You should be getting paid top dollar if you're doing all that. You know what I mean? Sometimes people be doing the most and getting the least. You gotta get the most out of what you're doing. They working you. You need to work them and get their money. Once you hook it up to a truck. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some people say they can't get no jobs. They can't get no trucking assignments. They having a hard time, from what I heard. Having a hard time getting the truck assignments. So I don't know how true that is. I heard that like a few months ago. I don't know about now. But I was gonna do a trucking business, not a truck business, but to help truckers with their um becoming a truck driver and stuff. And I made a whole guide and all that, and I put it online, and I sold it for like $1, so it can tell you what to do to be in the trucking business and all that kind of stuff. Dang, that's good, Bash. Mm-hmm. That's good you got it like that. Stay where you are having the freedom to do what you want, because a lot of people don't have that. Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. Hard to find a job because of your felony. That's a tricky part. People who have felonies, they do have a hard time finding a job. And you know what people always say? Well, make your own business. Create your own business. Create your own job. But you got to have money to create your own job, to create your own business and all that kind of stuff. I think the easiest way to get employment is to do stuff that you don't normally do, or you're not really comfortable with. And that may be more male centered type of jobs like construction, or even working in the kitchen as a cook or something like that. You gotta go work at places maybe that's overnight where there's not a lot of people or something like that. Overnight jobs might be the better thing to apply for. That's what I would think. You bet. I'm not your baby mom. Mm-hmm. Warehouse hire felons first is a tax write-off. It depends on the type of felony, Bash. It depends on the type of felony. If it's domestic violence, that kind of stuff is hard to, get a job if you had domestic violence on your record. If you had domestic violence felony, that's very difficult to find a job. I know somebody right now that's going through that. Wrongfully accused and has to deal with that. So uh it's hard to get that kind of stuff. UPS fired you because of your felony. Well, did you lie on your application and say you didn't have it? Or did you get the felony while you was working there? Thank you, Jason. Did you get the felony while you was working there? Or did you not disclose that on your application? So there's a difference there. If you didn't tell them you had one. Oh, while you was working there. Well, you know what? You have to move through life with a mature mindset and try not to get into a lot of trouble when you know you need the money to survive. You're in a game of survival, and there's a lot of things you just cannot do. You cannot, make your life harder doing stuff you ain't got no business doing. So now you know how hard it is to get a job. I'm pretty sure you won't do whatever you did. You won't do that shit again. You had to make better decisions. And ask yourself, do you want a better life? Or you want to just keep repeating the past and doing crazy stuff? You got reckless endangerment, unlawful discharge or fire with a bodily harm. I got the worst of the worst. I don't think that's worse because that's not domestic violence. Domestic violence, I think, is the worst felony you could possibly get. Besides murder or something like that. He's 7 years since I got it. I just got a new felony. Why you keep getting felony? What's going on? You got to get out of that mindset and get right. You gotta just totally lean into being just better and avoid those situations and keep away from bad people. If it's people that's influencing you to do crazy stuff, you gotta just step away from those people. You gotta move different when you got anger issues. Well, you gotta go talk to a therapist. If you got anger issues, you gotta dig down deep, admit, you already admitting that you got the problem. And now you gotta go find a solution and get the help that you need so you're not out here, doing horrible things. I know you're trying, but you gotta go get some help. You gotta go talk to somebody, a therapist or something, to dig deep as to why, get down to the source of the issue. Is it a family thing? Is it something that's been bothering you since a child? Is it family issue? What is it that's causing you to act out, and all this kind of stuff? And, maybe you need to sit somewhere and take some time to yourself and give yourself some grace and show yourself some love and stop being hard on yourself about whatever and not being upset, at every little thing. Sometimes you gotta let stuff go. You can't hold a lot of stuff in your mind and in your heart and reacting. Reacting is not great, in certain situations. You react if you need to protect yourself. You react if you need to protect somebody close to you. But just to be going off is not good for you, and it's not good for anybody else around you. So if you want to be considered a safer human and you want to be accepted back into society as a regular person, then I suggest you dig deep, go get a therapist, and work it out with them. They've been denying you therapy. You got felonies in 3 different states. Mm, 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 mm. Well, you know what? I suggest you take a break from being up there and you go all the way down south and get some grace. You know, sometimes you got to change your whole environment. Go all the way down to Texas or somewhere where it's a little bit more lenient and people are more, you can start your life over a little bit easier. I would go all the way down south and start your life over. You got 2 attempted murder. Why you mad? You that mad? You gotta get yourself under control. You gotta get yourself under control. You got attempted murders on you too? Oh, you made my head hurt for a second. Hold on. You know, the first thing is just give yourself some grace. Ask God for forgiveness and start working on being a better person. You know what I mean? At least you didn't kill nobody. You attempted to kill somebody, but I think once you've crossed that line of killing somebody, your life is done. So if you don't want to be behind bars for the rest of your life, you're gonna have to work on yourself. You got to really work on yourself. Nobody want to give you a chance, but you got to give yourself a chance first. I mean, once you give yourself a chance and undo the and unlearn the bad behavior, then you can get better opportunity. But you're gonna have to be very open and honest with people, and you're gonna have to prove that you're worthy of those opportunities. You're gonna have to do the work on yourself first. You know what I mean? I want you to go and volunteer. I think volunteering will lead you to opportunities that's going to help you. I think you need to go and volunteer your time and your energy and help people. You know, keep other people from going down the path that you went down, and go and talk to go and share your story and go and talk to people. Your attempts got a job. There you go, Jason. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Start, sometimes our income comes from creating things. You have to dig down into what you really enjoy. Maybe you enjoy writing music. Maybe you enjoy playing an instrument. Maybe you enjoy cooking or something like that. Reach down into your natural talents of drawing, art, whatever it is. Dig down to that talent and tap into that, and let that be your the thing that moves and drives you forward and motivates you to a better place in life. Greetings, Battlezone. How you doing? And you play a group. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Battle. Your first case was at 15. You can move past this, but you got to be smart. You got to be mature about the situation. The felonies are not easy to overcome, but you can overcome it in your way, on your time. But you got to do the inner repair of your mind. You got to repair your mind. Bring yourself down. When you get angry, when you start to get angry about something, you need to step away from the situation and almost have an out of body experience and move yourself away and ask yourself, is it worth the reaction? Okay, does this situation warrant me to react in a way that's going to cause me more stress? You did 7 years from 17. Dang. Where is your family? Jason got good ideas. Try becoming a barber or a plumber, welders, and work off your skill and let your work speak for itself. I was a truck driver for 20 years. I never retired. I'm in the market, man. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time to yourself in a prison cell. And you know you don't want to go back to the prison. Who want to be stuck in a place with a whole bunch of men? Why would you want that life? You have to really think about these things. Do you really want to be stuck behind bars with a whole bunch of greasy men? I don't think so. I don't think you want that life. You know what I mean? You can't go on no dates. Look at all the things you miss out when you're in prison. You miss out on going out, spending time with somebody special, working on things you love, things you're passionate about, seeing your kids. If you got kids, you can't see them because you're behind bars. Is it even worth it to go through all that? And then the stress of trying to find a job and all this kind of stuff. And now the only thing you can do at this point is just be creative and work on something that's going to try to bring you some income. But those are good things that Jason suggested. You was told you would never work in the morning. So that felony. I know that's right, Battle. Own your own mortgage company. You know what I mean? You can't give into what society wants to label you as. You have to decide what you want to be labeled as. If you want to keep calling yourself a felon every time you come out the house, that's what you are. But if you want to rise above that, you have to retrain the mind. You have to do the work and repair your heart, repair your soul, and all of that. It takes a lot of work to become better. I know people expect you to be all good when you come out of prison, but it doesn't work like that. It takes time. It takes care. It takes a lot of trial and error, failures. You're gonna fail a lot, but that doesn't mean the journey is stopping or anything like that. So you just gotta just keep trying. Just keep trying all kinds of different things until something feels good and something feels right. You may be a person who love to cook and you love to cook barbecue, but then you find out you failed at making money at barbecue, and then maybe you go into something else. Maybe you go into making fish dinners or something, and maybe you find success with that. Don't worry about the rejection. That wasn't meant for you. If you get rejections and all this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? If you get rejection, ignore that and just keep trying. I remember I was laid off. Then my situation wasn't, no felony or anything like that. I just got laid off. It took me 2 years to find a job. But during that time, I was laid off. I built up my skill and I learned how to do graphic design. You know what I mean? I just sat at home. Um, I was able to get, well, years ago, it was called GIMP. I used to mess around on GIMP, and then pretty soon I was able to get, I started going to school. Uh, I was able to go to school, and I got Photoshop, and I started messing around with Photoshop and all that. And before I knew it, within 2 years, I was able to find another job. And by that time, I had developed a whole nother skill and how to graphic design and all that kind of stuff. So, sometimes when you're having this downtime of not having a job, that gives you more time to focus on things that, are more creative, or, that will motivate you towards some other type of income. Yeah, don't try, just do. Just go out there and do whatever. Apply for jobs. People complain about applying for jobs. Just apply. Apply for 50 million jobs until somebody say yes. Don't give up on yourself just because these people are saying no. Just keep applying until somebody say yes. But in the meantime, just do what you can for yourself and work on something that you can create on your own. That's good. Yeah, go to barber school. You like cutting hair, and you ain't pushing everybody's hairline back to hell, then go be a barber. Go be a chef. Go be a welder, plumber. You know what I mean? Go do anything. Be an electrician. If you a person who love to steal cars, go be an electrician, because you got to hot wire the car when you steal them and all that shit. If you love doing that kind of stuff, become an electrician. If you a drug dealer, become an accountant. Go learn how to do taxes. They teach you how to do taxes for free. H&R Block and TurboTax will teach you how to do taxes for free. You don't even have to pay to go to the school. All you got to do is just take the class. It's all free online. You have free classes at what's it called? EDX, or what do they call it? I think it's called EDX, where they have free Harvard and MIT classes that you can take online. Some of this stuff is just really, you just have to go through the resources to see what's out there so you can go do the thing. They have classes online for Microsoft, Google, that don't cost that much. You can take some of these classes, you know what I mean? But if you a drug dealer, go be an accountant. That's your best bet. If you been chopping up crack and coke and fentanyl like you El Chapo or something like that, you need to go be an accountant. All right. MRT. You got your PhD in prison. That's what I'm talking about. Boy, you did good. I know that's right, Jason. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, your story ain't over, Mad Max. You just gotta go in another direction. That's it. Just move in another direction. Yeah, sell car. Yeah, there you go. See, everybody coming up. This is what community is about. Everybody's coming up with all kind of ideas, sell cars and all this kind. You could do all that. You know what I mean? Turn your criminal activity into action. You know what I mean? Own a security company. If you love to be, you love to get rowdy and all that, and fighting and all that, you need to own a security company. If you love to punch people in the face all the time, like what you do yesterday, man, I was punching people all night at that nightclub last night. They was fighting, I was punching. You know what I mean? Get your money. Get your money from turn your craziness into money. Turn your craziness into cash. Whatever it is you did or done, you got anger issue, whatever it is, turn that into money. You know. Cause ain't nobody gonna mess with you if they know you willing to almost kill somebody. Yeah, then that was crazy, that job corps thing. That was stupid. Cause people we need those programs to pull people out of their situations. You know what I mean? Especially young people. It didn't make no sense to do that, to cut that program. And that's why, as an adults, we have to push for these programs and stuff to stay in place, because it's important. Everybody needs a second chance. You know, people need a second chance, especially when they've been through hell and they want a better life. They need a second chance, because sometimes you don't look for these opportunities because you're so overwhelmed and you are in survival mode. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? Where you come from? What are you talking about? Where you come from talking all that mess? You know, just uh we need all the programs we can get to help people bring themselves out of whatever situation they in. The more the merrier. You know, you need outside support, because sometimes your family and friends, they don't support you when you've been through stuff like prison and stuff. They don't trust you no more. They don't want to be bothered with you, because especially if you in and out of prison all the time. So you need programs like that to support you, to help you get back where you need to be. And you need somebody to believe in you, and so that's why that stuff is important. I'm not going to do nothing. I don't do nothing. But I am a supportive person. I'll stand 12 feet behind you and support you. You know what I mean? Now I ain't giving you no money or nothing like that, but I will support you from 12 feet behind me. I will be supportive in the corner, in the back. Well, why you coming here stirring up stuff? Why you coming in here stirring up stuff? We trying to have a good moment. Here you go talking about all of that. I need to buy me a repo record and going around to these that's a job right there. Repoing them cars. I remember the president of my one of my jobs when I was younger. I worked at a finance company when I was 16. I worked at a finance company, and the president of the company, his son started working for the company, but he didn't want to do what his daddy wanted him to do. He started repoing cars personally. Personally, this is a big company, and he was repoing cars. I couldn't believe it. And one day he went to go repo somebody's car, and he almost died because the man, when he rolled up to the man to get the car, the man was waiting in the bed of the truck with a shotgun and shot at him, but he didn't die. That was crazy. So, repo's off the chain. I used to work in car finance, and them calls was off the chain. Them people would tell you, you never gonna find my car. You never gonna find. I remember one man told me, he said, you got to find my car to repo it. I said, well, we already found it. And his car, I did a skip trace and found his car in a garage in North Carolina. And he had put rims on it and everything. He had put them fancy rims on it, and that car was gone. He was out of town somewhere, and he was pissed. He was mad as hell when they picked up that car. But hey, the repo game ain't no joke. I used to do 90-day repo. It was off the chain. We mean that's not support. That's all. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Who had farted about? What the hell you talking about? What you come here for? Talking about you got the fart. We don't care. Right? They want to fight. Mm-hmm. I seen people run after the repo man and all this time. And they used to running and chasing the man you didn't pay, so they gonna take it. So there ain't no use in fighting over. I ain't got look. I don't care what that man talking about farting and all that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but what do you mean I must be AI? What the hell oh, what are you talking about? I am not AI. Hello, Jack. I am not AI. I'm a regular, real, breathing person. Talking about I must be AI. What are you talking about? And why? Who farts on live stream? Do you? Do you fart on your live stream? Who do that? I don't do that. Okay, I don't do that. No, it don't. It don't like no AI to you. Stop lying. Stop being on here and lying. Talking about I look like I'm AI. Thank you, Jack. Mm-hmm. I'm glad everybody gave Mad Max some advice. I think that was wonderful to do. That was very good. Community works when people start thinking together. Y'all can make things happen for each other, and that's great. That's what we need. Yeah, they trolling. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We want everybody to be able to have a second chance if they deserve it and want it for themselves. We can't do it for you. You gotta do it for yourself. You gotta do it for yourself. You know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody has been very great to Mad Max, who needed that uplift, to push forward. And just imagine if everybody had, a team of people uplifting them to get them through whatever. Things would be so much better. hmm You know what I mean? That would be so much better. Because people do need a helping hand sometimes, or just the information. A lot of people gatekeep information. They don't tell you how they got the business, how they overcame all their felonies or prison stints or whatever. People don't share them things, and it's good when people share how they did it or what they did or whatever. Those are very helpful. We need more information about that out in the open, because people be on Facebook, they be on Instagram searching for these answers, they be on Reddit. Hey guys, how can you get a job if you got a felony, if you got a domestic violence felony? How can you get a job? And nobody seems to give out useful answers. They just say, oh, go to what's that place called, fair hiring or something like that. They tell you these stupid websites to go to. They tell you, just go work at Waffle House or something like that. They tell you all this crazy stuff and not getting down to the meat and potatoes of how to get some of this stuff done. What do you think of the crisis in Ashgawanda with the what Ashgawanda people? That's a gummy vitamin. What are you talking about? Look, IBX. I didn't say I won't help people. I just said I be standing in the background. You know what I mean? I'm helpful. Now I'm a volunteer type of energy person. I volunteer from a distance. You know, from a distance. I help from a distance, but I'm all about being hands on, from 12 feet back. You know what I mean? Just 12 feet back behind me. That's the energy I'm talking about, Jason. I made it in life and I want to see everyone, and that's the energy we should see across the board. It should be people helping each other rise above challenges. That's the energy we need today. Right now you got a whole bunch of platforms, I mean, a whole bunch of videos, telling men how to be horrible, telling men how to avoid accountability and avoid this and avoid that. We need more people out there spreading positivity, not beating down on people and not making people feel horrible, and having solutions and not giving band-aids out to the situation. Actual solutions every si- What the hell? What shallow people? What the hell you talking about? That's absurd. What are you talking about? Look, I don't know what you two talking about at the bottom, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. I am spreading good positivity. You know what I mean? And that's what we need in the world. We need to see more of that. And I'd rather see more content of men helping each other on a human level and giving and not trying to sell you dreams. You know what I mean? Trying to, well, I tell you how to do it, how I did it. Just click on this link and pay $9.99, and I show you how I got this business with having a felony and all that. We don't need to be clicking $9.99 to figure it out. Either you're gonna tell me the answer or you're not. Boys teacher. Mm-hmm. Yeah, DNA. That's right there. Right, there you go, Jason. I know you ain't talking. What are you talking about? Don't worry about me and the meat and potatoes. Don't worry about that. You worry about yourself. And IBX, you are right. Show the money and you get a honey. That's it. That's it. You want a woman, just have some money. That's it. You can have 3 pimples sitting on your nose the size of pig feet, and if you got some money, the women gonna talk to you. All you need is cash, money, and a little bit of personality and some deodorant. You know what I mean? As long as you got deodorant, some personality, you a decent human being, you're not horrible, you can get you a woman. But you gotta have some money first. Mm-hmm. I know that's right, DNA. Take the money. You know what I mean? Take the money. Yeah, give the women the money. Give women what they want. Stop being in denial. Stop acting like women don't like money. I don't know why y'all think women don't like money. Give the women money so you can get you a honey. That's it. That's it. It's very simple. Women like to spend money. Women like to go places. They like to look nice. They like to take their hair on and all, put eyelashes on and all, take the nails on and all. They like to do skin care, foot care, and all this other shit, and put clothes on and off and take clothes off, throw it away, get new clothes, and all this kind of stuff. They like that shit. Just give the money. Your life would be easier that way. You know, your life would be much easier if you would just give in to the fact that women like money. I don't care. Even the most frugal woman likes to buy stuff, you know what I mean? So don't sit there and act like women don't like money. Just have the money available, you know. Like Steve Harvey said, he wasn't the best looking back in school, but now he got money. There you go. That's all you need is the money. Some deodorant and some chapstick. If you got some money and you keep your lips moisturized and not dry like the bottom of a fungus foot. Keep your lips moisturized. Keep the hair shaved off your back to a minimum, and you wear some good socks and your breath don't stink, and you at least put some moisturizer on your face once in the blue moon. You can get you a woman. You can get you a woman, but you gotta start with that money. That money. You gotta have some money. I'm a towel. What the hell you talking about? Put your trust in him and ask him in your heart and turn your heart and see. Thank you for that spiritual word break. I don't know about your mint berry breath. I just know if you got some money, you can get you somebody. You can get you. Look at all the billionaires we have in the world. They don't even look that great. They don't look great at all. Matter of fact, all the billionaires that we have in the world, receding hairline. How you be rich and your hairline still going all the way back here? I'd be damn if I'm a billionaire and my hair don't look good. If I'm billionaire, I'm getting the top surgery. You know what I mean? I'm getting all the reconstructive surgery they got. Put me in a trash compactor and bring me out brand new. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and be have a stomach hanging, my belly swinging and all that. I'm not gonna have all that. I'm gonna be looking top of the line fine. You gonna take me and rub me in pig blood so I look young or something. I'm gonna make sure I get the top, the most top treatment for my skin. I'm gonna get vampire facials or whatever the hell they got over there, and I'm gonna make sure I am flawless every single day. I'm gonna get some sun. I ain't gonna be pale. I ain't gonna be out here looking like a crazy person. I'm gonna be suntan. You gonna know I went to the beach. Like, oh, you went to the beach? Oh, how did you know? How'd you know I went to the beach? Well, you're tan. Oh, yeah. I have been at the beach for 3 days and 6 hours. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If I was a guy, if I was a guy, I'd so go baldy at the birth. You know what I mean? If I'm a billionaire, I'm gonna be looking good. I'm gonna have 6-pack abs. You know, every time the women see me, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you see this money all over my body. You see all this money. You know, I'm gonna have the best hairticians. You know, hairticians doing my hair. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get extensions installed in and have that Fabio look, and my hair gonna be flowing in the wind, and the women see me on the beach, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, you see all this. You see all this glory here, girl. You see this. Mm-hmm. The broker you are, the slimmer you should be. You know what? I had a friend say that one time. She said, and I was sitting next to her, and I don't know if she was trying to take a dig at me or what, but I guess she would. I don't know. She said, I don't know how, the cost of food is so high. I don't understand how people are fat when the cost of food is so high, and if you don't make that much money, how can you be fat and all this kind of stuff? And I was like, is she taking a dig at me? What is she trying to say? Is she trying to say I shouldn't be fat? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she was trying to say I shouldn't be fat because I'm not making a lot of money and I should be slimmer. I guess that's a natural thought. If you are not making that much money, why the hell you fat? How you get fat if you don't have hardly no cash? You know what I mean? If you don't have no money, how the hell you get fat? That's what people be wondering. How the hell is you big as hell and you is working at Walmart? How did that happen? How did that happen? You know, I think she was taking a dig at me, to be honest. I haven't talked to her in a long time since it's been a while. You like the gangs? I know that's right. Mm-hmm. Oh, you got down to 221. That's good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you get rich, you should be looking good. There's no excuse. You can hire you a personal trainer. You can hire somebody to do the exercise for you or whatever. You know what I mean? But you should be looking top of the line fine if you a billionaire. You know what I mean? There is no excuse to be going around looking like a ragamuffin or looking like a creep, looking like a creepy person. That never made any sense to me, to be looking like a creep and you got all this money. Stop spending money on yachts and spend money on yourself. Spend money on your body. Get your face reconstructed. All these surgeons in Beverly Hills, turn your face inside out. Flip it around. Make you a new person. You know what I mean? You got your home gym here, so yeah. Mm-hmm. My mama got a lot of equipment too. Like a home gym almost, and she just collect them like trophies and never use them. It's like, why you buy all these machines and you ain't gonna use them at all? What's going on? Don't buy a whole bunch of stuff and you ain't gonna use them. What do you mean I'm about to brag about now? I'm not bragging about nothing. I'm just saying, you got a whole bunch of stuff, and you should be spending time on it and use it. I'm just saying, if you a billionaire, there's no excuse for you. You got all the time in the world. You got all the money in the world. You should be looking top notch, not like a creep. Oh, you talking to Jason? I'm just saying, if I'm rich, I'm gonna have it going on. I'm not gonna buy no yachts and no houses. I'm gonna spend my money on making people happy. I think that would heal my soul. Spending money on improving people's life, taking that money and doing that would heal my soul. That spending money on a yacht that you can't take with you when you dead makes absolutely no sense. Buying a yacht the size of the ocean, what you gonna do with that? You only could go so many places with this boat, okay? And every time you take it out, you gotta have a good amount of people on it. Okay, you gotta have a good amount of people on the boat to even sail off, or it doesn't make any sense. So if I'm rich, I'm going to pour into other people, bring them up, you know, and help them. I got a smoker. I'm on change. You gonna smoke you some chicken? How the hell you smoke chicken? What the hell you into? Why you smoking chicken? I ain't never heard of that. You mean you vaping or something? Are you one of them vape people? I mean, the first time I seen a guy at work years ago chewing tobacco. I seen a guy at work chewing tobacco, and he was a young guy, and he was sitting next to me, and he spit in a cup. I said, "What the fuck you doing? What is that in that cup? You spitting in it? What is that you just spit in that cup?" He said, "I'm doing a chew, whatever he said." I said, "You a what?" chewing tobacco. I said, you chewing tobacco at work? What the hell you doing? I said, don't you, I said, didn't you watch them videos in school where they show you when you chew tobacco, you can get a hole in the side of your jaw, or you can get hair on your tongue. Your tongue look like it got a hair weave or something like that. Didn't you see those videos? Or you get a smoke with a hole in your neck. Why the hell would you be chewing tobacco? You can get cancer in your mouth. Then your mouth all rotten. And then he thought about it. And then a couple of weeks later, I ain't seen him do that shit no more. He stopped. I think he thought about what I said. You know. You talking about smoking chicken on the grill. I thought you meant like smoking chicken. I didn't know what the hell you was talking about, to be honest. I'm gonna say, I ain't never heard nobody smoke no chicken. I thought you meant smoking like a cigarette. I said, what the hell you doing? You smoking chicken? I wasn't even thinking about the damn grill. That's when you know it's time to go to bed. I said, wow, he crazy as hell. You smoking chicken? What the hell you into? My IBX. Good night. Mm-hmm. What do you mean she ain't who you think she is? Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I really thought you was about to smoke some chicken for real. Oh, I'm crazy. Oh, eating fried food. Yeah. Now, fried food is the devil. Now, let me tell you something. I used to have a friend, and we used to go with her to eat Chinese food. My cousin and this friend. So all three of us go eat Chinese food. And when they would order their Chinese food, everything would be fried. Everything would be fried. They would get the fried egg roll, the fried egg foo young. I mean, everything was fried. The shrimp, the shrimp, what they call it, sweet and sour shrimp. They would get the sweet and sour shrimp, sweet and sour chicken. They would get all that stuff, and then they would turn around, and I'd be sitting at the table with them. And then they take out that salt and they pour more salt on the fried food. It's like, what the hell? Are you about to... Hey, you two about to die at the table. Why the hell y'all putting salt on food that's already got salt in it? Putting extra salt. I said, y'all gonna die at this table. Why would y'all do that? But they did that for years. And then, one of the friend... She's no longer with us. I mean, she's not dead because of the salt on the chicken. She's dead because of domestic violence. But she's not dead from the chicken. Just want to make sure we put that out there. Yeah, she used to put all that salt on the food. I thought that was crazy. Okay, fried food is already enough. And then you're going to add some extra shit on top of it? That makes no sense. Oh, I love coconut shrimp. Mm-hmm. I love coconut shrimp. They used to have coconut shrimp at Red Lobster. Woo! That coconut shrimp. I used to love that, and that pina colada sauce they used to serve it with. I don't know if they still serve that because I ain't been to Red Lobster in years, so I have no idea. Oh, you did? That's what I'm talking about, DNA. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I love endless shrimp. I love shrimp just in general. I love seafood. I don't go too adventurous with the seafood. I've been on Red Note, the Chinese app, that's like TikTok. Now, the Chinese people take it to another level when it comes to seafood. They eat all the seafood. I mean, they go beyond shrimp and fish and all. They go beyond. It looks good though. I ain't gonna mix it all together. And you see it with how they prepare it. They cut up all that shrimp and shit. Eat the octopus, the jellyfish, and They got fish I ain't never seen before. Just a whole bunch of stuff, and they mix it together. And by the time they cut up all them green onions, the serrano peppers, and stuff like that, they cut up the peppers and they put all that bok choy and all that stuff in there. By the time they mix all that shit together, it looked good. Now, could I eat it? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, but it looked good when they cook it. I mean, it looked good. I ain't gonna even lie about it. It's too much going on. They be having octopus legs and stuff like that, squirming. See, they like to see their food suffer before they eat it. You know what I mean? They let that shit still screaming and moving around, and then they suffocate it and then they eat it. I can't do all that. I can't watch my dinner die. Not the dirty fish tank by the door. Not the dirty fish tank. I ain't never ate nothing out of that fish tank in Red Lobster. I ain't never ate none of that stuff. But I won't eat squid. Now squid is something I ain't gonna eat. I went to Mongolian barbecue years ago, and you know how you supposed to put everything you want in the bowl, and then the chef cooks your bowl of food. I had my bowl of food, brought it to the table. My stuff tasted good. My mama's bowl of stuff, her stuff looked better than mine, so I tried it. I said, "Oh, this is good," and then she told me it was squid in it, and I got sick. As soon as she shouldn't have told me that. As soon as she told me it was squid, I about passed out and I got sick at the table. She couldn't believe it. She said, "Why did you?" I said, "Why did you tell me?" That was my last time at Mongolian barbecue, and shortly after, the restaurant closed down. I don't think it was because of me, Hopefully not. But it did close down shortly after. But I did get sick. I got sick real bad. Oh, soy sauce. I love soy sauce. You can put that on everything. I love chili oil now. Chili oil, you could put that on your eggs. I'm leaning into more the Chinese way of eating stuff. They eat a lot of vegetables, and I love that. Vegetables is the way to go. Eating soup, eating, stuff that has a lot of vegetables is great. So I love eating vegetables and stuff like that, and they eat a ton of vegetables. So if you've been wondering why your back hurt and your stomach hurt and all that, it's because you ain't been eating no vegetables. Get some vegetables in your life. But anyway, I guess I should go now. Oh, 'cause it's getting late, and I gotta tie my hair up and all that, and get ready to unwind. But I want to thank everybody for coming to the live stream. And please subscribe to me on Substack at Livia Flair. And you can read all the articles that I write and stuff like that. I have 11 subscribers over there on Substack. And now I can do live streams. I don't know when I'm going to do a live stream on Substack, but if you want to see me live stream over there, you have to subscribe, and that particular live stream will be more about probably political stuff, stuff like that. Not too much political stuff, and I don't want to get too much into that, but it'll be on circles around those topics, I guess. Not the best Chinese. Did you call me a weave girl? What the hell you talking about? What are you talking about? What weave girl? This ain't a wig. This is not a weave. This is a wig. You put it on and you take it off. But I guarantee you, if I get in a fight, it ain't coming off. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the women that get their hair pulled off in the middle of the fight. I'm praying for y'all. But anyway, I have to go. But you guys have a great evening. Thank you all to everybody who helped out Mad Max and gave him some good advice. Thank you to everybody. Shout out to you. Came on too late. We already talked about everything under the sun. I've been on here since what is it, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock? What do you mean come on? It is too late. But I will be here in the morning. Thank you. Yeah, I think he went to sleep. But thank you everybody for coming to my live stream. Am I married? No, I'm not married. Thank you everybody for coming to my live stream. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also like and share and go to my Substack. And you can send me messages on Substack. You know, Substack has an area where you can send me personal messages and stuff like that. So you can message me on there if you want to. But thank you guys for coming on to my live stream. And you guys have a wonderful evening. Substack. Livia Flair. Go to my channel. And on my last community post, you'll see a link to my Substack where you can subscribe to there so that you won't miss any live streams I do over there. So bye. Have a great evening.